Good morning. I am Nupur Pawar and I am here to present my thesis on Animal and Bird Welfare Center. My guide is Professor Shilpa Vivekanand. Beginning with the introduction. Why this topic? The process of urbanization is continuously depleting our cities of biodiversity. Humans consciously care about only humans and their foremost surroundings. They neglect a major part, that is, nature and animals. Hence, I feel there is a need of such a center which would give them five freedoms. 1. Freedom from hunger and thirst. 2. Freedom from discomfort. 3. Freedom from pain. 4. Freedom to express. 5. Freedom from fear and distress. This center will be covering animal assisted activities, animal assisted happiness, and animal assisted therapy. The aim of the Welfare Center is to provide a roof, medical help to animals and birds, and to create a human animal bond. Biophilic architecture. The main principle behind biophilic architecture is connecting with nature to improve well being. I have tried to portray this in my center planning. Nature in space, nature of analogs, and nature of space should be linked together for creating biophilic architecture. The main aim is to increase the visual connection with nature, material connection with nature, and providing a non-obstructed view over a distance. Passive cooling technique have been used by providing courtyards. Moving over to case studies. A petaholic hotel situated in Taiwan informs us about colors suitable for animal health. Next is People for Animals, which tells about materials. And the third is Palm Springs in US, California, which gives information about open versus built percentages of land. Moving further on species of animals and birds that the center would be dealing with. As you can see, these are the various species of dogs, cats, and parrots of Indian and non-Indian breeds as well. Moving to the site study, my site lies in Belapur, a node of Navi Mumbai. The DP of Belapur is more towards residential sectors, and to be precise, it lies next to the Apollo Hospital. Belapur is well connected by two main roads. The climate of Belapur is mainly tropical. The area of site is 2.7 acres and it is behind a commercial plot with a refreshment corner and a 4-meter wide Kacha road. Access for site is from a 7-meter service road connected to the 19-meter wide main Uran road. The keywords of SWOT analysis are thick vegetation, a commercial plot as a buffer, hierarchy of roads, and minimal sunlight from the south. Before beginning with zoning and concept, let me tell you that this center will be taking in dogs, cats, and parrots only because these are the ones who are mostly abandoned and looked for when one wants a pet. Moving further to zoning and concept. The entry to the center is in between the main center and aviary so as to attract and create more awareness towards Psittacidae family, which is the parrot family. The main structure and the aviary are the two parts of center which resembles the two hemispheres of human brain. The main structure, like the left hemisphere of the brain, is planned more technically, simple and apt for animals, whereas the aviary, which resembles the right hemisphere, is played with forms as the right hemisphere is about creativity. In addition to this concept, I have tried to incorporate the open box concept, that is, openness in an enclosed space. The overall concept of the center is all about the phrase form follows function. The center includes a nursery, a wild bird cage area, a burial ground, an aviary, staff quarters, cafeteria, animal gym, kennels and catteries, isolation area, and a parking lot. Coming to the planning. Site plan. The entry of the center is from the north and the service entry is on the east. All the predominant winds flowing towards the site from the west are pretty much blocked by the commercial building, and hence, to purify the air, an air purification plantation stretch has been provided. A nursery with species of both indoor and outdoor plants which are safe for animals and birds is planned. A run area for dogs and cats is also provided. The bird cage area would be caging injured wild birds and freed after the medical treatment. There is also a dog training area provided. I have prepared a chart showing the events in the center. This table shows the various crucial programs necessary for the welfare center. Moving to the ground floor plan, this block consists of over-the-counter pharmacy, food and souvenir shop, a reception area, an interaction courtyard, a pet cafe, a spa area, hydrotherapy area, an exhibition area, a puppy and kitten hold, typical kennels and typical catteries, and a main office covers the ground floor. A parasol kennel system has been designed for isolation areas. The staff quarters consist of 3 rooms per floor, which would be allocated to a doctor, a nurse, and a staff member. Coming up is a blown up plan and section for kennels. It includes single and pagoda kennel system for large size and small size dogs respectively. This is a typical arrangement of kennel. These are the plans, sections and elevations of simple and pagoda kennel systems. A wider kennel for dams, that is, mother dogs along with their pups, are provided. These are plans, sections and elevations of arrangement of catteries and single units of catteries. Plan and elevation of a bird cage, which is made up of stainless steel mesh, and a plan and a section of nursery dome, which is made up of polycarbonate sheets, are also provided. These are plan and section of isolation areas provided for dogs and cats. Going further to the first floor plan, a normal cafe, a massage therapy area, dog boarding area, bakery for pets, dog and cat salon where fur dyeing and nail trimming will be done, a small library, an office, toilet block, play area, accessory design area, bird watching decks, and a huge lobby which covers the first floor. The second floor consists of a cat and dog gym, cat boarding, a waiting area in the medical block, checking cubicles, operation theatres, scrub up rooms, and a doctor's room. Moreover, a crematorium with a prayer room, incubator room, bird claw and beak trimming area, and again a huge lobby which covers the central part of the plan. These are some views from the second floor plan. All the rooms are planned with cross ventilation and enough sunlight, and a central lobby with courtyard which acts as a passive cooling technique of architecture. Moving on to the sections. Section AA cuts along the longer side of the plan, which covers 2 cafes, the gym, lobby areas, trimming areas, pharmacy, souvenir shop, accessory shop, and the play ball area. Section B cuts the shorter side of the plan. Section CC cuts along the entrance of the structure from the shorter side. Moving further to elevations. The northeast elevation is the front facade of the structure and the southwest elevation is the rear side of the structure. Wall decals have been painted all over for fun touch to the structure. Coming to the aviary. These are plans of aviaries and the above plan is cut at 9-meter height from the ground. These are the internal as well as external views of the aviary. The aviary has a spiral staircase, a lift for handicapped, and a bridge which runs along the periphery of the aviary. The form has been played with and the tree-like steel columns with artificial cavity nests brings in a natural touch to the aviary. The main mesh is made up of stainless steel. According to the study of species of parrots, which are mostly sold and adopted in Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, are conures, lorikeets, grey parrots, and macaws. Moving further to the views. The views are all from different areas and angles, showing the entrance, north side of the structure, the rear side of the structure, and the south side of the structure. Now going to the details. The material used for construction of the center is hollow concrete blocks, and this is a key section of the outer walls which is 230 mm thick. Next is the key section of the same of inner walls. Next shows the connection of concrete slab to the hollow concrete blocks which is connected with 20 mm reinforcement bars. These blocks have been used overall in the structure. These two are views of the concrete masonry unit cut at lintel and sill level. Coming up are the two blown up details of lintel and sill level. Flooring material used in animal accessed areas is laminated pour concrete, which is detailed with coves at every corner for sanitation. These floors are seamless. All the grooming areas would be having ceramic tile cladding with latex Portland cement mortar so as to prevent the seepage of water. The next comes a detail of glass partition which connects to the poured concrete floor and connects to the second glass panel. The aviary detail covers the foundation layout, connection of stainless steel mesh to the ground, a detail of nut, bolt and base plate used in the construction of the aviary. This is a connection of hollow steel column to the stainless steel mesh and column to the ground and the foundation with the help of nut bolts and base plate. This is a section of the tree-like column used in the aviary with the artificial nesting cavities to give a natural touch to the aviary. A blown up detail of column to foundation is also shown which connects to the foundation with anchor bolts, base plates and stiffener plates. This blown up detail shows how the column connects to the stainless steel mesh. The next detail shows how the hollow aluminium tubes, which are the supports of the mesh, are connected to it. This is a single pad footing with base reinforcement of 20 mm bars. The drainage system of kennels and catteries is explained in this detail. It has a sloping floor with an outlet at the back of the kennel which is connected to a PVC sewage pipe and which leads to a 300 mm deep drainage line. This detail is of glass partitions within gypsum board panels. The next detail is a blown up of the gypsum board connection to the concrete slab and a detail of light fixture and fall ceiling with the gypsum board. These partitions are used wherever the sound insulation is needed, like kennels and catteries. Two-way spider connectors are used for connecting glass panels used on the front facade to maintain a visible connection to the outside nature. This is a detail of single spider connector. Green roof system has been used for the isolation areas for keeping these areas comparatively cool. This is a truss used for the glass cylinder watching deck. Detail of mullions shown, which is again used for keeping visibility from the circular part of the plan. This is a blown up detail of the connection between two glass panels. The hydrotherapy area has a small pool and a detail is shown here. Drainage line is connected to the toilet block, kennels, catteries, aviaries, nursery domes, bird cage, staff quarters, and then to the tank. This escape roof plan shows the green arrows as primary escape routes and the red arrows as the secondary escape routes. Sprinkler system layout. The sprinklers are placed at 3 meters from each other and connected to the pump room. These are the water calculations and accordingly plan and section of the UGT needed. Moving to the elective study. I have inculcated study of materials, anthropometry, planning requirement, the environment needed for animals, and aspects like behavior of the animals and birds. Further, we will move on to the walkthrough, which will give you an idea of the overall planning and make you experience the positive aura of the center.